Hi guys! First of all, I'm doing this video wearing my kimono because I had a running joke with a friend that he said that he didn't see me in a woman's, I don't know, house cloth or something that women used to wear in the old days. So this isn't from the old days, this is very modern time, but it's the equivalent. Yeah, this is my joke for today. I'm wearing a women's cloth in the house. Okay. What I want to speak about, because I don't want to brag too much about my my kimono, is I want to answer a few questions that I've received from two guys in our community, and I want to encourage ladies to also ask questions. Come on, ladies! I know you have them. You can send them in private. I don't even have to say who you are. Just send me your questions. So the first question I got was, what was my opinion about 10-year-olds and 15-year-olds having access to pornography nowadays and how that affects them in their lives and in their relationships and so on. Now, I'm not a psychologist and I don't work with children or minors. They're never in my target because, well, minors can't really do anything on their own. They have to have the consent of an adult, so that's why I don't work with them. But the way I see it, even in adults, watching this kind of material actually requires us to have a lot of stability. So we have to know ourselves erotically in order to discern what is functional, real, realistic, palpable, achievable, and what is fiction, acting, performing, and so on. Because essentially much of pornography, that's what it is. People are acting for others to believe. I'd rather watch, sci-fi movies or romantic movies or whatever. I mean, I'm better off watching that kind of movie, if you want to ask me. However, I think that most teens don't really have a strong foundation unless they had really knowledgeable parents and parents that weren't ashamed to approach this and really, or just embody a healthy eroticism. And that doesn't really happen for most teens these days, sadly. There are some parents there, some adults that do have this type of life, and my respects to them, but they are the minority. How do I know this? Well, most teens wouldn't be lost to pornography or any other kind of material if their parents had a healthy life and if they had a healthy upbringing from this perspective. It's as simple as that. So I think it's hard for anybody to digest and really discern what is good and what is not good from pornography, no matter what age you are. I'll just say that. And the second question that I got was from another man asking me my opinion about a couple that wrote a book, and this book was published several years back. They were struggling in their marriage and they decided to go through an experiment. So they decided to have sex daily for 1 year, 365 days in a row. I did not go through such an experiment, and it would be hard for me to really say my opinion if I didn't even have that kind of experience. But what I'm going to say is that I think it depends on the definitions that people have around sexuality, intimacy, relationships, love, and the motivation that they have. I mean, if you just want to do this for kicks, I don't think you're going to last 1 year. If you have a really big challenge, yeah, you might have a huge motivation to do that. And I don't even want to think about the days when they got sick, because realistically, yeah, I'm not even going to mention that. I mean, people behave differently when they're sick, when they're hungry, when they're tired, when they're going through other things. So I couldn't, sorry, I'm just messing around with my phone. I couldn't really say, something that would be valid for everybody. I could just say, go ahead and try it once, 1 year of your life and see what that does for you. I think that's what everybody should do. I mean, instead of just talking about something that they don't really, it's not bad for your health. I mean, unless you have some health problems and your doctor says never even do that. Otherwise, go ahead and do it and see what it does for you. See how you manage it. See what your motivation is for it. I mean, I think there's more value in actually doing things and actually subjecting ourselves to various experiences and seeing what they bring to us and what we learn from them than speaking about other people's experiences. Not only is it not my job as a coach to speak about, share opinions, but I don't think there's much value in that. I think it's much more important to have an experience of your own and maybe share from your experiences. How about that? What do you think about that? So I'm not sure how this will answer to the men that had the questions, but hopefully it's gonna bring more perspectives to each one of you to start trying out things, to see for yourselves in your own lives, in your own bodies, what these things do to you. It's as simple as that. I mean, if I'm any good at what I do, I'm gonna get you to eventually try things instead of just talking about them or asking for opinions about them, because those are worthless. And where I come from, which is Romania, we have the saying that many people are opiniologists. So they give opinions. And let's go for the actual experience. Let's go for the actual learning instead of opinions. What do you think? Let me know, and I'll see you tomorrow. And until then, keep the faith, keep the love, keep the sex, guys. See ya.